Inside, the excitement mounts and tension is high as young business dreams take flight.
It's a little nerve-wracking. We're diving into it and going into the next step of our lives.
You get real-world feedback rather than just, this is the way the textbook says it's done.
They have 20 minutes to stand up and sort of connect with us and tell us why, we should believe that their business has a good shot.
This is not academic. This is real life, personal, and it's about passion.
You have to learn what it takes to beat the 80% of businesses that are going to fail in the first 5 years.
You have to realize where you fit in and how you plan on really generating value, not only for yourself, but for your investors.
What I'm looking for is that entrepreneurial drive, the ability to be able to articulate what they're trying to accomplish.
You get a lot of positive feedback from what's happening on the job market right now.
Win or lose, we're continuing with our project. This would just add exposure for our company.
Often meeting these people really, it could change the direction of your business plan.
It's about your passion, your energy, and your drive to make it happen.
It's got to be the potential. It's got to be creating something that wasn't previously there.
It's really great to just meet all these people and have the opportunity to be here.
I think they're almost investment ready, so they've gone a quantum leap just because of this whole process.
I wanted to quit, he wanted to quit at different times, but you just have to keep pushing through.
I would like to, build off their experience and hopefully make our business a success.
The biggest thing at the end of the day is tying your shoes and getting out the door and going and actually executing what your plan is.
I think it's a tremendous tribute to you, Wes, and all the people who helped you and the judges, that you have this phenomenal turnout. I must say it's most impressive.
The Canadian community of universities are in your debt for your enterprise in creating this competition.
They're very sound technically, but if they go out and want to have an idea on how to develop it and so on, they get a great experience on it.
Great entrepreneurs see opportunity where others do not. Wes Nicol is no exception. Almost 20 years ago, he took action against government cutbacks to university funding. Wes returned to his alma mater, where he could provide seed capital to students with great business ideas. This had never been done before. With the help of staff and faculty, this informal effort began the Nicol Entrepreneurial Award, which launched in 1997. It was a modest beginning, but great things were to come.
I was pretty familiar with business students, and by and large, they're preparing themselves for jobs. We didn't have an entrepreneurship program in the School of Business when I started. We really only had the one course. I knew that engineers were entrepreneurial, that they would do projects, design a product, design a software, and were interested in developing businesses. So I tried to get students from across the campus involved. And many of the students who won the competition were from engineering, for example. And I tried often to have teams that were made up of business students and engineers, and that was tough to do. Sometimes it was very successful, but the intent right from the get-go was to have more than just business students involved.
I was just a first or second year student at Carleton, and I remember when they advertised the program, it was simply a couple pieces of paper on the wall. I think there might have been half dozen people competing, and when I won, basically there was a lunch. That was the award. I mean, we got cash, which was good, but we had lunch at the Carleton University Students Association, so there was only a handful of us. And over the last 10 years, I've seen the program evolve. I've been a judge for a few years at Carleton, as the program has grown. And just the last couple events, it's held at the Chateau Laurier. There's probably 300 or 400 people attending. It's pretty amazing. I almost wish I won it now versus back then.
There are business plan competitions, and then there is the Nicol. The Nicol has distinguished itself as a proving ground for young people with a passion for entrepreneurship. For most participants, this is not a theoretical exercise for a company that will exist only on paper. They are committed to being entrepreneurs and building real businesses.
One of the things I love about the Nicol competition is that the participants are true entrepreneurs. I've been involved in many business plan competitions across the country, and many times it's for a credit for their course, it's for the experience of writing a business plan, but by and far, the Nicol competition and the students here are true entrepreneurs with real businesses, and so they are very committed to building a business.
Right now, I'm just going to give you a brief outline of how I'm going to give you this presentation and explain my company to you.
The fun and appeal of judging is beyond reading the plan. It's getting involved with the entrepreneurs and seeing their passion. What we try to do is help increase the odds, not just judge their plan, but give them some feedback on their strengths or their development needs. And what's really interesting, and I think I can speak for the other judges, is that the entrepreneurs come back to us and talk about their journey and how they're persevering. It's truly contagious. I'm looking for the person, not the plan. I'm looking for the person that is committed, that has the perseverance to see their idea through, and are really committed. One of the things I do as a judge is I ask each of the participants, what happens if you get a job offer now? You get a job offer from a lucrative company. Would you stay committed to your idea, or would you take that offer? By and large, I find the Nicol participants say, I'm committed to my venture.
For a young entrepreneur, it's the ultimate hot seat, pitching your business idea to potential customers, partners, or investors. Whether you're clever, earnest, or funny, the most important thing is to leave a positive and lasting impression. Here are some highlights from the last 10 years of the Nicol elevator pitches.
Oh, hi, Mr. Donald Trump. Nice to meet you. My name is Christopher Carmichael. I'm a student from Wilfrid Laurier University in Ontario.
CGRM was lucky enough to carry out a case study on a representative firm based out of Omaha, Nebraska. The client was very interested in our product, offered to be one of our first alpha testers, and also offered to cover part of our production costs.
Have you ever had a great idea or need for a business card, a poster, a logo, but the best you can do is a stick figure?
Just imagine you want to go to Spain. Using our interactive map, you click on Spain, click on Barcelona, Barigotti, even neighborhoods. All of that local information is coming from travelers and from the locals.
You will not only be investing in our product and our company, but in changing the world and the way we live in it.
We're seeking $3 million to complete of our pilot program in Waterloo, and $50 million in the next 5 years. With 3 different stages of investment opportunities, we look forward to having you as part of our team.
Here's your chance to grab a piece of an opportunity that is sure to out-tremble Tromba and out-whistle Whistler.
Hey, can I buy you a coffee and show you how in your first year you can hire 3 sales reps and do $3 million in sales to put $170,000 into your pocket?
I'm not going to start this pitch with a hook, because this is a pitch about saving fish.
1.3 billion children around the world are unable to get quality education because they are unable to afford expensive computing devices and textbooks.
And I assure you, even though my company is operating with snails, business will not be slow.
We are dog owners. We are Woof. We are here to change the world for the betterment of our dogs. Woof, giving your dog a voice and bringing local dog communities closer.
I like to dream big, but I also feel that I have the relentless ambition needed in order to achieve those dreams.
It would be a pleasure to sit down and discuss the business plan and financial statements with you, if that would be a possibility. Here is my business card.
Because in No Touch, it's our goal to put life in the palm of your hand.
For Frank McKenna, Deputy Chair of TD Bank Group, the benefits of the Nicol Award exceed far beyond the participants.
Awards like this ignite excitement and interest and a thirst to compete. And once people start acting as entrepreneurs and putting ideas together, whether they win an award or not, they're hooked. And that's to the betterment of our country. It's also important that they all come together. In doing that, not only do they feel honored, but they also see other entrepreneurs and they create networks out of that, and they also have the stimulation of seeing other ideas. They also have dinner with very successful business people who can act as inspirations to them, and they also have an inspiring speaker who speaks about entrepreneurship. And you put all of those elements together and also have the support of a number of Canadian universities, and you've got a recipe for success. This is an important national cause. It's one that speaks to a fundamental challenge for us as a nation, and that is how to get our economy going with homespun industry and to ignite the passion of entrepreneurs in the country. So in that sense, it's very much in the national interest, and what's in the national interest is in TD's interest.
Building networks, building confidence, and building a competitive product with real market clout. For the past 10 years, the Nicol has been a national competition, acting as a catalyst for entrepreneurial activities across campuses across Canada.
The Nicol is an amazing trigger. It sort of starts students off on a very successful journey usually. They've got to be passionate, because to write a business plan and the next day it's out of date and you write another one, you do many iterations of it, and by the time you get to the competition, it's realistic and you've networked already and you've been mentored, and sometimes these businesses actually take off whether you win or not. So it's a great approach. Wes Nicol has hit it on the nail when it comes to competitions.
What they got out of it was not just whether you won or not, but the whole process of developing a business plan with a good mentor was an excellent, excellent learning process. So they liked that, and they came back and helped mentor teams. They came back and helped as judges and stayed in contact.
And the winner of the 2009 Nicol Entrepreneurial Award is Synergy.
The Nicol experience definitely accelerated my business plan. I had no idea what the potential of the company was until I went through that process of actually developing a plan and working to convey it to individuals. Working through those kinks helped me graduate with a full business plan that was ready to launch.
The winner is
EcoPlace Organics, Emily Pete.
I think for me, the national competition was kind of that last little bit of, it gave me that little bit of confidence that I needed to keep going forward, especially to have my plan, like you said, validated, to have people look over it, and then also just to practice thinking through it. Like even just to enter the competition, to write that full business plan, we have to look at every aspect of the business before running it.
You know, young adults who think they want to be an entrepreneur, it gives them the ability to kind of test that idea. Because it's not for everybody, and it forces students to really go through the trials and tribulations of actually trying to be an entrepreneur. So there's a competition. You got to be better than the next person beside you, and so a lot of that, I think, in the real life world is definitely a part of being an entrepreneur. So I think it definitely gives you the skills, or at least, like I said earlier, test the skills to see whether or not you actually have what it takes.
The Nicol competition takes the celebration of entrepreneurship to a whole new level. The support, the socializing, the celebration of entrepreneurship is something that the students really do value. Often you can be very much alone with your ideas and your business plan. Here there's a process to see that there's support and encouragement, and that process is something that's at a very high level with the Nicol competition.
Over the past 17 years, the Nicol has grown from its humble beginnings on a single campus to include 17 Canadian universities from coast to coast. More than 3,500 students have participated in the Nicol to date, and more than $1 million in prize money has been awarded. Wes Nicol's efforts as an entrepreneur, booster, and philanthropist recently earned him an appointment to the Order of Canada. Some people in his shoes might think it's time to slow down. Instead, Wes is reimagining the Nicol. In 2012, he provided funding to establish the Nicol Entrepreneurial Institute. The institute is designed to inspire and encourage young entrepreneurial talent with a no-loser philosophy.
I think that the benefits are three. Number one, it has increased the entrepreneurial spirit at Carleton beyond belief. So the Nicol touches every student at every level and every faculty at Carleton University every year. The second one is that it has allowed students to have money. So instead of working for McDonald's during the summer or the fall or the winter, doing whatever, we provide them internships, the Nicol internships that allows them to work on their dream opportunity or their dream business. And that's huge value for our students. So they get space, they get money, they get mentors. And the third one is that Mr. Nicol has a huge network of people that include investors, include accountants, include marketing people and sales and whatever. So our students have now to get plugged in very, very quickly into an existing network that helps them become wonderful in terms of their businesses. So we will see more companies being launched by students. We will see more companies being successful just because the support systems are there. We will see a lot more innovation in place. We will see a lot more people in Canada viewing entrepreneurship as a way of life as opposed to just, an aside. Lots of values out of what we're going to do.
The Nicol has impacted the lives of thousands of individuals across Canada. It has redefined how entrepreneurship should be regarded across university campuses. It will set the bar for how young entrepreneurs should be nurtured, encouraged, and engaged through the Nicol Entrepreneurial Institute. The Nicol at every stage reflects the values and beliefs of the man behind it.
Wes Nicol entered into the field of philanthropy going straight ahead and doing what other philanthropists are now only starting to do. He was a hands-on philanthropist, and he is a man of vision. And he's translated that vision in his philanthropic work at Carleton University and across Canada to make young people have the inspiration to be entrepreneurs and to test out their innovative ideas to make our world a better place. And he's given them the tools to succeed. And he's done this not by creating a competitive dragon's den where people are winners and losers. When our students work with Wes Nicol, they're all winners.
He's a very successful entrepreneur himself, started out, as a lawyer and then started businesses. And now he wants to inspire others and give back to others. And when you meet him, and when my students meet him, they can't really believe that he is such a great man and he's talking to them because they feel so insignificant. But Wes makes everyone feel important and make it feel as if you really could start a business with his network to help.
I want to congratulate Wes on, as I said, his impatient perseverance, because it's really hard to work in the university environment as an outsider, as somebody like Wes. And I mean, he bleeds red and black, and he's really supported us over the years. And the three iterations, the initial business plan competition, the one that I was involved with, and now the institute that Tony's helping with, I mean, he should really be congratulated with staying with it, and I'm really happy for him. It's really, really pleased. I was blessed to know him and to work with him.
Well, I'd like to thank Mr. Nicol. I'd like to thank John Callaghan. I'd like to thank all the volunteers that have contributed to both the National and the Institute over such a long period of time. It's become, on behalf of all the students that we have at Carleton, I'd like to thank him tremendously for all the time, effort, and his money that he's put into the program. So this is clearly a Canadian story, and I'm really glad that he was awarded the Order of Canada. So I'm just absolutely delighted for him and Mary and his family for the award, and keep going.
Well, what I would really like to add is to say a big thank you to Wes Nicol. He's been very successful in everything that he's done in his business life, but I just want him to know that his work has also inspired dozens of others to be successful, and who knows what great trees are going to grow from the acorns that he's planted.